Welcome back to Fred's Storybook Barn, Cozy Tales from the Farm. That evening, Fred settled into the hay as Farmer Jane pulled a new book from the crate. Tonight's story, she said, is called Stone Soup. Long ago, a hungry traveller arrived at a small village, hoping for a warm meal after many days on the road. But the village had suffered a hard year, and every door he knocked on stayed firmly shut. "We have nothing to spare," the villagers said, one after another, peeking out through their windows. The traveller thought for a moment, then smiled. "No matter," he called out cheerfully. "I suppose I'll just make my famous stone soup instead." He set up a large pot in the village square, filled it with water, and dropped in a smooth, round stone, stirring it slowly over a crackling fire. One by one, curious villagers gathered around to watch. "What is stone soup?" a young girl asked. "Oh, it's wonderful," the traveller said, tasting a spoonful with great delight. "Though, if I had just a bit of cabbage, it would be perfect." A woman rushed home and returned with a cabbage, which the traveller chopped and added with a grin. "Delicious," he said again, "though a few carrots would make it even better." Another villager hurried off and returned with carrots. Then came potatoes and a bit of barley and a handful of herbs, each neighbour eager to add just one more thing. Before long, the pot was bubbling with a rich, hearty stew that smelled wonderful across the whole village. The villagers set up tables in the square, and everyone sat down together to share the meal, laughing and talking as they hadn't in a long while. "This is the best soup I've ever tasted," said an old farmer, "and all it took was a stone." The traveller just smiled, because he knew the real magic wasn't in the stone at all. It was in everyone deciding to share. From that day on, the village held a stone soup supper every single month, each family bringing something small to share, and no one ever going hungry again. Farmer Jane closed the book softly and looked down at Fred, who was already dozing off with a happy, sleepy quack. "Good night, Fred," she whispered, blowing out the lantern as the barn settled into the dark, ready for tomorrow's chapter. Thanks for listening to Fred's Storybook Barn. Like and subscribe for more cozy tales from the farm.